Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. I saw so many people in the comments, and there was just a few seconds to go, and I'm like, you know what? We got to jump on board here because everybody is, you know, coming in early. So I'll come in a little early myself here, and we have a new winner as far as checking in first today. DC brother, good to see you, and congrats on first. And Frankie Floyd was right behind him. Good to see you again, as always, Frankie. Then we had our admin of the Facebook group, Tim G, is here. Ann is back. Good to see you back again, Ann. We got Moonlight Adventures, Josh and Chastity. It's Sandy the Lost Pirate Jenkins. Good to see you back again. We got Seg once again. Great to see you again, Seg. Fireball Steve is here. And look at that. Hopefully we get some use out of this, Fireball Steve. I say that because Fireball Steve gave that to me. We got Ken here. Ken is back. Good to see you, Ken. All right. So it's good to see everybody getting involved in the chat early and often. And you see, I got little Zoe by my side, and we have not given her dinner yet because we wanted her to be hungry and performing for treats and such. So I'm sure she's going to be scratching up my arm here real quick. We got the Coin Hobo. Good to see you. I think you're new. I think I would remember a Coin Hobo name. So that's cool. Brandy, you've been here before, I'm pretty sure. Good to see you back again. And yeah, so today, and look at that, we got Frankie Floyd starting us off with a super chat, and he's got to be pumped. I'm pumped. I'm a lot further away than 4 days, for December 31st. What's that, about 26 days away? So Frankie's going to get to enjoy a cruise way before me. But, yeah, I mean, it's you got to be super pumped. And the Mardi Gras is a fabulous ship, Frankie. So we had 13 super chats last week. Carnival Cruise Addicts was 1 through 8, Rick Wade 9 through 13. And now Frankie starting us off this week is going to be 14 through 18. So thanks once again for getting us started off. We got Yoli here, and Yoli will be on that New Year's Eve cruise with Anita and I and her husband Andrew, and she's got some family going, and another coach cruiser, Suzanne, is going to be on there with us all the way down from Canada. So we are looking forward to that one. Not as soon as Frankie's, but close. We're getting there. We're only about 3 weeks away. All right, we got Will G here once again. Brandy says, did you see our friend Kendall on the Jubilee? Yes, Brandy. As a matter of fact, I shared her video. A lot of times, both John Heald and Kendall, they don't have YouTube, or at least they don't post on YouTube. So what I'll do sometimes is I'll just share what they put on YouTube so people that might not have seen it on Facebook or aren't on Facebook can see it. So yes, I did, Brandy. Thank you for that. And let's see, Frankie, yeah, he is excited. And Fireball Steve, and yes, Fireball Steve, along with a bunch of the Island Time crew, they are going on the inaugural on the Jubilee. And if anybody, and I'm glad you mentioned that, Fireball, are you getting the Wi-Fi package by chance? Let me know in the comments if you are. Anybody else going on that inaugural? I did this with the celebration. I had a couple people help me out, and they went live for me, and I had them on the show. So, it was cool because we got to walk around the ship and see the inaugural and all the hubbub and stuff. Wish I was on the inaugural. I'm not. Look at that. Anne just got off the Mardi Gras. So hopefully she left it in one piece for you, Frankie. And Anne, how good a time did you have on the Mardi Gras? As a matter of fact, I remember seeing some of your pictures there on the Mardi Gras, Anne. So I hope you had a fabulous time. And then Tim, not to be outdone. Oh, Tiesa. Oh, very cool. Let's get your name up there. Welcome to the show. She is on the inaugural. And yeah, if you got the Wi-Fi package and you would like to help all the coach cruisers out and go live with me and give us some film footage, yeah, I would be more than happy to have you on the show. Tim G is just 122 days away, not from just a cruise, but from 3 cruises back to back to back on the Carnival Vista. His first ever. Him and Cheryl will be doing that cruise. Coin Hobos on the Jubilee, the 3rd and the 4th week. Fabulous. You know what? Somebody was asking me today if I'm booked on the Jubilee, and I'm sad to say I'm not. And the thing is, I get these deals, that come across, like everybody else gets deals too. And if it's a really good deal, I book it. So, I mean, I'm booked through the summer. I'm on the Venezia back to back for 16 days. Then we're doing that Journeys cruise. And then Thanksgiving, I couldn't turn down the Horizon. So I'm on that. And then New Year's Eve, we're on the Vista, come to think of it. Okay, so Zoe. So, yeah, check this out. As far as Zoe getting a treat, and Sandy wants to get Zoe a treat. Sandy, since you're the first one, well, Frankie, normally we do the treats. It is 10 and then 15 to get me a treat, which is a shot of bourbon. But since you're the first one to mention it, we are going to set you up here. Now, I got these just today. I wanted to give Zoe a try. So these are bully sticks, and they take a minute to chew up, which I thought is a good thing, because sometimes she eats these treats so fast, and then she comes up here, and you can't see her paw, but it's just clawing my arm away here. So we are going to give her this bully stick. And that was the Pirate Sandy. So high five for the Pirate Sandy. And there is your bully stick. And she'll go down there, and that might take her a couple minutes. So that is a good thing. And so thank you for Sandy. And Sandy, let me write your name down here. So you are 19 through 23 and 67 more. And since we're talking about super chats and stuff, I got shirts back in, a whole new bunch of shirts, and I got pink back in stock. People are asking me, hey, when are you going to get those pink ones back in stock? So it's technically called Heliconia. So anybody does a super chat, once we reach 100, so like Sandy, for example, is numbers 19 through 23. So if I'll say, hey, Siri, give me a random number 1 through 100. And if it's 19 through 23, Sandy, the Pirate Jenkins, will win the shirt, and I will send that off to you. All right. So let's see. We got a bunch of people announcing their cruises. Will is just 38 days from the Jubilee. And yeah, I gotta book this Jubilee. Maybe if there's some open space this summer, I can squeeze it in between my Venezia and my Journeys cruise. Maybe just a quick week if there's an open spot and a really good deal, because I got to get on the Jubilee. DC Brothers going on the Horizon April 7th through the 13th. I love that ship. That might be my favorite ship. I haven't decided. I'm a big fan of the celebration and the Mardi Gras, but the Horizon, especially if you give me the Havana area, if you just say, hey, you want to go on the XL class, or I'll give you a Havana on the Horizon, or a Panorama, or the Vista, I will take the Horizon in the Havana easy. It's like not even close. Like that is just a great. Seg's going to be on the Venezia in 32 days. So tell me how that goes, Seg. Frankie is on the Vista in 164 days. So we all have a lot in common here as far as cruising goes. Will says he has 5 booked for 2024. Pardon me, I'm going to take a drink. And then we have our piano bar patron. Piano bar is one of Mandy's favorites. Hello, Mandy. And says, always awesome on the Marty. When we board, our tradition is seeing the people offloading and say we will be sad in a week. It makes us appreciate every moment on board. Yeah, absolutely. And the best part, Ann, is when you do a back-to-back, you don't have to think that. So book a back-to-back one of these times. All right. Rick says hello from Galveston. And yeah, Rick had posted a couple articles. I was looking at those on Island Time, and he also posted in Coach Cruise. And feel free to post your next one up there, Rick, if you would like. We would be happy to put that up there for you, especially considering it's cruise-related stuff. So we always love that. Moonlight Adventures will have at least 4 in 2025. Very nice. Coin Hobo Jubilee is in the Atlantic. Yep. And Kindle Fire announced that right when it was leaving yesterday. She did a live on her Facebook page, and yeah, she had the Fun Squad out there and shared that video on her Facebook feed. So that was kind of cool to see it leaving. And Germany seems super cold. They're all complaining about how cold it is over there. And so, yeah, Fireball Steve agrees with me. He was on that same cruise. We were back there all partying in Havana and just had an absolute great time. Will says, yeah, okay, Rick, Jubilee is the topic in this Saturday's column. Okay, absolutely, yeah. And there is a ton, and here a lot of what I'm talking about today is the Jubilee. Now, I wanted to give you a couple dates for anybody that might not know it. So some people are on the inaugural in here. We got a couple people on the inaugural. Now, December 20th, that's an important date because the inaugural is December 23rd. But the Jubilee is scheduled to arrive in Galveston 3 days earlier. So December 20th, that would be a Wednesday. I know because I have something going on that day. So I know that it's a Wednesday, that is. So yeah, Wednesday, it'll be there. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fanfare and a lot of, news crews and things like that getting inside and filming. And maybe they'll have some kind of special thing going on. If they do, they had extended, and I haven't asked them because I'm not going to be available because, like I said, I have something going on, which I'll talk about later. It's nothing cruise related, but I was hoping to do the Jubilee ceremony and everything. So now, since it's coming in 3 days earlier, I'm kind of guessing that they're going to do all that stuff then. They had originally told me it probably wasn't going to happen until after, since that was the week of Christmas and all. But, I could be wrong on that. And look at this. We got Tim G. Moonlight Adventures is on the Jubilee, 150 days. And, yeah, and then we got Tim G here. Going to add $5 so I can have a treat. All right, I will take you up on that. And then okay, and he did the so 15. Tim actually did 15. There's another one right below it there. So let me write that down. Thank you so much for that, Tim. So that's going to make you 24 through 38. 24 through 38. We got Tim G, and he's going to hook me up with the treat. Now, I would pour it in here, but this is still pretty full. I have a double. Look at that. That's only 2, believe it or not. I measured those out. So I have a new bottle because we got through most of the Buffalo Trace. I haven't even opened this. So look, Tim, you're opening the bottle for us here. This is Old Scout, and this could get me in trouble because this is 99 proof. Matter of fact, one show I think last year it did get me some trouble. So we got Old Scout. This is a very good bourbon, by the way. If you see this on your shelves and look at it, Zoe even wants some. She's scratching at my arm here. I think she's scratching for her treat. So let's take care of her first, and we'll give her another bully stick here to keep her busy for a couple minutes. So high five for Tim and Cheryl. High five. What do you say? Say thank you. Say thank you. Good girl. We got to take it. All right. And look at that. Ann is right behind. Very cool. So we will have another treat for Zoe here in just a second. But you are 39 through 48, Ann. And thank you so much for that. Let's get your name up on the screen there. Let's see. Moonlight Adventures. Yeah, heck yeah. Jubilee. I got to get on the Jubilee. Josh Chastity, what is the date there on that Jubilee? Is that this summer, I'm guessing? And Tim, cheers, my friend. I can definitely taste the added proof in that. Tim says, I remember that show, the one that this got me in trouble. It's a really good bourbon, but it's a little dangerous. Rick is drinking some Texas bourbon tonight, and he did a super chat. And that I like that one because that gets us a nice round 50. So, Rick, thank you for that, sir. And Yeah, so we're right at 50. If we get 50 more in super chats, we do the shirt drawing today. I think we can get there. We've given away a shirt pretty much every every show recently. So, yeah. So let's see. Moonlight Adventures. We have the Transatlantic Sun Princess for our 25th anniversary in September of 24. That is very cool. Let's get that on the screen. And okay, and since it's you, I'm going to do one. But explain to everybody, because I know we got some new people here. So for those of you that are doing these awesome super chats and everything, how it works, I'll tell you. So for any $10 super chat, you get Zoe like a premier treat, like one of these bully bites or chicken jerky or something like that. And then if there's 15, then that gets her a treat and me a shot. So that's how that works. But and we are going to set you up with that. But first, we're gonna take care of Zoe here. And this is from Ann. So high five for Ann. And what do you say to Ann? What do you say to Ann? Say thank you. Say thank you. Say thank you. Say thank you. A little louder. Didn't hear it. Say thank you. Oh, good girl. Okay. Gotta teach her manners. So she's saying thank you. Oh, good. Rick won the shirt, and Rick was one of our winners recently, and he chose a purple shirt. So yeah, if you do get a shirt, or if you just want to order one separate, they're $25. That includes shipping. But we have pink, we have blue, we have lime, we have yellow, we have black, and we have purple. So we actually have 6 colors depending upon the size that you choose. So if any of those, Ann says, I want to hug her. She's been better. I've told some of you that, she was a little hellraiser for a couple week stretch there. And we've done a better job of kind of securing her in a more secure location so she can't destroy the house. But even when some things have been out and we've kind of been out of the rooms and things like that, she had, been taking stuff and shoes and things like that, and stuff that she wasn't supposed to take, and, ripping them up and things like that, even when we've been in the house. And she hasn't been doing that. So she's getting better. She's getting a little more mature. And Frankie says he wears his purple Coach Cruise shirt on every cruise. That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you everybody for wearing those Coach Cruise shirts and representing. Lee Mason, the Carnival celebration cruise director, as most of you know, he's filmed video of some people, wearing my shirts, just not cruises I've been on. I mean, the cruises I'm on, a lot of people have the Coach Cruise shirts, but ones that, just people are going on random cruises and they'll have this shirt, and he'll film it from back, and he's like, hey, Coach, you've been spotted, and he'll send me a little clip of somebody wearing their Coach Cruise shirt. And I love that. I really do. So thank you all. And I love it when you all post on Coach Cruise on Facebook and you share the picture, when you're on your cruise. That's always a treat. So yes, thank you for that. All right. Moonlight Adventure says, throwing going to be epic. We want an amazing deal. Okay. So Moonlight Adventures, they got a great deal with an ocean view room. Okay. Very cool. And once again, thanks, Moonlight Adventures. Hey, Moonlight Adventures, what is your schedule again? So Moonlight Adventures, they've been doing a podcast, and then they also have their weekly live and stuff. So if you want to throw that down in the comments, again, Josh, feel free to. And let's see, Rick's saying it's over. Okay. See me traveling. Oh, it's been a long time. Good to see you guys. There's the Magnet King himself. See me traveling. So good to see you. Yeah, we haven't seen you all in a while, so it's great. All right, look, let's get to a little bit of Jubilee stuff. I wanted to cover a couple things. So December 20th, I already mentioned that. That's when the Jubilee is supposed to arrive in Galveston, but it won't leave for its inaugural till December 23rd. So again, there's probably going to be a lot of media and stuff going on then. It left Germany yesterday. They did the flag ceremony yesterday. John Heald posted that on his Facebook page. Kindle Fire posted on a live on her Facebook, when the ship was leaving Germany. and the docks and you know the shipyards and everything else like that. John shared several videos, and I posted many of those. One was the brewmaster, for example. He's shown you some of the souvenirs that are available, some really cool inaugural souvenirs, you know, the jackets and then the ships, the Jubilee ships, and a bunch of other stuff. But Galveston's going to be a unique thing, you know, as far as the souvenirs go. And you know, a lot of people, I'm sure, are going to want to jump on those souvenirs early and make sure they get some of that inaugural bling going on. Now, Christine Duffy, I thought she had a very interesting interview. She was kind of recapping the year that Carnival has had. And one thing that I pointed out in a video that I released that she called a game changer, because the first time I heard her use the term game changer was when the Mardi Gras first came out. And the Mardi Gras was a game changer for Carnival because I think it put them in direct competition with some of Royal's ships and some of the, you know, Norwegian and some of the cruise lines that have the bigger, grander ships. And I think they kind of wanted to match that and match that experience for people that like those kind of ships. So Mardi Gras definitely was a game changer for Carnival. Now, in the comments, and because I shared this video, and many of you probably saw it anyway, that John, what did Christine Duffy say the next game changer for Carnival would be? And it wasn't the Jubilee. It was not the Jubilee. She mentioned something else as being a game changer for Carnival in the upcoming year or so. What is that game changer going to be? And if nobody puts it in the comments, I will tell you what it is. Before I do that, Yoli says, did you happen to ask about Carnival Kitchen when you were on the celebration? Somebody asked about it, or maybe you said this, Yoli, but I guess because they got something going on that they're not going to do it New Year's Eve. So I guess we're kind of shut out on the whole Carnival Kitchen thing. But there'll be enough going on. But yeah, that would have been fun to do. Ann says it was on the Mardi Gras when Cookie left. Oh, hope the best for him. He was amazing until he wasn't there anymore. Yeah. So Ann got to be on the Mardi Gras on Cookie's final sailing. And I messaged Cookie just a couple days ago to see how he was doing. And in the future, Cookie's going to come on the show again. We talked about that to kind of, you know, talk about his plans and what he has upcoming. He's going to enjoy, you know, the holidays and his friends and stuff for a while. And, you know, when the time is right, he said he is going to join the show. So be on the lookout for Cookie in the coming months or a few weeks or a few months, whatever. But I will stay in contact with Cookie. And whenever he wants to come on the show, of course, he will be welcomed with open arms. He is our cousin, after all. Will G has nailed it. Let's put that right there. So Will G said that their new private island. So a lot like Royal has Coco Cay, and that's an amazing place. I've never been there, but I mean, just from the videos and stuff that I've seen of it, it's amazing. The Celebration Key, and that's going to be a game changer for a couple reasons. Not only will it be their own private island with, you know, a bunch of bells and whistles like Coco Cay, but it's also in the Bahamas. And the Bahamas are some of my less desirable cruises. Don't get me wrong, any cruise is a great cruise, but if, you know, everything's the same and I get to choose my itinerary, I'm not choosing the Bahamas, you know, and you know, forgive me for those of you that love the Bahamas and everything, but it's just, I prefer like Southern Caribbean or Western Caribbean. Those are just my preferred locations. So that's what I would go with. And yes, Fireball Steve and Will G both said, yeah, Celebration K or Key. And that is correct. And Z is checked in. So hello, Z. Good to see you here. And Z is another person going on that inaugural cruise. I know he has been pumped about that ever since he booked it almost a year ago. So he is definitely getting pumped for that. And yeah, So, all right. So I got some would you rather for you. Okay. So I just came off um, the celebration, and I'm going on the celebration again, New Year's Eve. So here is the question. And oh, Ann, I know I owe you. I'm going to get this ready. Anybody else, again, we are 50 away. So if we could get that other 50 in and do that shirt drawing today. Okay, Ann, I didn't quite fill this one to the top, but Ann and I cruised together on the Carnival Magic last Thanksgiving. She did my bar crawl. We had a great time hanging. So thank you, Ann. Here you are. Like I said, that one has some kick to it. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Catch up with the comments. Our tour guide on the ocean case of the island is the Bohemian water. It is a K. Okay. So see, you guys are gaining knowledge here too. I didn't know that. Good to know. All right. So would you rather, if you are on the XL class ships, would you rather get a gourmet seafood dinner or a gourmet steak dinner? Steak or seafood? So we're talking Rudy's Sea Grill or the steakhouse. Rudy's Sea Grill or the steakhouse. Would you rather? So you can just put seafood or steak. Seafood or steak. Which would you rather? If you get your choice there, you can get like, I think, stuffed lobster tail or something like that at Rudy's. And of course, they have other seafood entrees. But look at, wow, steak is like knocking it out of the park. Oh, Sandy's a seafood. Okay, we had 3 seafoods in a row here. Steak came out strong, and then we had 3 seafoods in a row that included Sandy, Will, and Coin Hobo. And Yoli says seafood for me, steak for Andrew. The good thing is, Yoli, is they do have lobster tail at the steakhouse, because we are all going to the steakhouse New Year's Eve. Ann had said steak. Ken was the first to say steak. Seg, steak. Tim, steak. Fireball, steak. Frankie, we live in Florida, so steak. I don't know how that makes sense, but okay. Tiesa says steak. Rick, steak. Then we had the 4 seafoods, including Yoli. Z said cowboy steak all day, every day. And Will says, I'm going to be Switzerland and do surf and turf. Yep. All right. So very cool. Okay. Now here's one, and this is for the people that have been on an XL class ship. Or let me describe, in case you don't know, Chebang. Chebang is a restaurant that has a menu that's half Mexican, half Asian. All right. So that's one restaurant. And then Cucina is your Italian restaurant. So if you've been on the XL class, you've probably been to both of those. Now, if I'm giving you the choice right now tonight, I say, hey, you can go to either Cucina, the Italian restaurant, or you can go to Chebang. What is your choice going to be, Cucina or Chebang? And again, if you haven't been on the XL class, Chebang is, you can still play this. It's going to be half Asian, half Mexican. Both menus you have the option for, or the Cucina is the Italian restaurant. All right, so we got Chebang from Rick, Cucina from Ann. Tim says Chebang. Ken says Chebang. Cheryl is voting for steak. We're getting a late vote in there for steak. Will says Chebang. Cheryl, Chebang. Wow, okay. I thought this one was going to be closer. I thought Chebang might win slightly here. Yoli says Cucina. And Coin Hobo says Chebang. Any other votes for this would you rather before we close the voting here? All right, so I think Chebang won that one. I think it was decided pretty well. All right, now here's a tougher one. It's lunchtime, and would you rather go to the deli or go to the Blue Iguana Cantina for tacos or a burrito. So tacos or a burrito, or the deli for a sandwich of your choice. And they have some fabulous sandwiches at the deli. So deli or tacos or burrito. Put that in the would you rather. Okay. Ann says the Blue Iguana. Sandy had voted Chibang. Okay. Ken says deli. Okay. So let's see. Seg Tacos, Rick Blue Iguana, Frankie Deli, Cheryl Deli, Fireball Steve Deli. So this is a close one. Sandy Iguana, Coin Hobo Blue Iguana. Well, Tim, that wasn't a selection. You're cheating. Tim's saying Mongolian Walk. He's going to leave. Yoli said tacos, duh. That was a tight one. I think Blue Iguana won that one, but that was tight, as it should have been, because the deli sandwiches are great. All right. So here's another tough one for you, because I know people, they have their traditions and what they love and this and that. So again, this is probably more for the people on the XL class ship, but Shaq's Big Chicken or Guy's Burgers. Shaq's Big Chicken or Guy's Burgers. Which would you rather have? While we're waiting for those comments, I get to take a drink and high five for me. All right, we got a bunch of votes coming in. Rick says guys. Will says guys. Then we got a Shaq and another Shaq. And then the guys, and then the guys, and then a burger. Oh, wow. I thought Shaq's would be winning this. Shaq's, guys. Wow, guys is winning. Almost like 2-1. All right. Wow, I guess I was wrong. I mean, I honestly went to Shaq's twice, most recently on the celebration. And I only went to guys once. And that's when I had my interview with Lee that I posted already. For those of you that haven't seen that interview with Lee, it was a really good interview. It was one of my favorite interviews, actually, that I've done. We were just out there next to the ocean eating a guy's burger. It was awesome. Had some great questions and answers from Lee, including his thoughts on Cookie, retiring or leaving Carnival. Fireball Steve says, I'll let you know in a couple weeks. Yeah. Well, you know what? I mean, I don't know. I just love that Shaq's chicken. That Uncle Jerome is just so good. And Tim, thank you for that. He said it was a great interview. And it was a lot of fun to do that interview too. All right. So this one's pretty simple. I know you're a drinker if you choose one of these. but maybe you don't like your dessert with alcohol or so. So this one is just a milkshake or a spiked milkshake. So just put milkshake or spiked. Milkshake or spiked. Would you like your milkshake with alcohol or without? Spiked or unspiked milkshake? All right, look at that. Spiked. Rick just says regular milkshake, and Cheryl says regular. Okay, we got two normal. Then here comes all the spiked. Here comes all my drinkers. All right. Look at everybody. Spiked. All these alcoholics here. All right. But the spiked bourbon milkshake on the XL class, that's called the Kentucky something or another. That's a really good bourbon milkshake. Yoli says, I haven't had a spiked milkshake, but can't wait to try it in 26 days. Absolutely. Yoli's on the Cheers package too, so she will be able to get her Cheers spiked milkshake from the Java Blue Cafe. And that's usually where you'll get the milkshakes. Well, that is where you're going to get them if you're going on Carnival, is the Java Cafes. Rick says tequila and milkshake don't go together. Yeah, maybe not. But bourbon and milkshake goes together. I can promise you it. And it tastes pretty good. All right. Now we're going to get into some destination would you rathers. And these are some tough would you rathers. You can't say both. You got to pick one. All right. First, would you rather Grand Turk or St. Thomas? Grand Turk or St. Thomas? I gave you two beautiful destinations. Grand Turk, your ship pulls up, your beach is right there. The water's beautiful. And then you have St. Thomas, you got Megan's Bay. I mean, you got beautiful water surrounding the whole island, the little mountain regions, and it's just St. Thomas is just beautiful. So, all right, look. Okay, so Seg was first with Grand Turk. Rick says St. Thomas. Ann says St. Thomas. Ken says Grand Turk. Will St. Thomas. Look, this is even so far. We got Kid here. Welcome to the show. Thanks for commenting. Coin Hobo says St. Thomas. Cakins, we got Chris here. Better late than never, Chris. Tim says St. Thomas. Fireball, St. Thomas. Frankie, St. Thomas. Cheryl, Grand Turk. Sandy, Grand Turk. Look, we got a disagreement in the household here. Tim and Cheryl are going opposite ways here. Tim says St. Thomas and Cheryl says Grand Turk. Let's see. That might be an argument after the show. I don't know. Sandy says Grand Turk. And then Justin, you're a little late on that guy's burger, but welcome to the show. And Scott, we have here, Controversial Cruising. Welcome to the show. Kakin says, I love St. Thomas. I can't wait to go back to St. Thomas. I was just there, and we are going on that New Year's Eve cruise, going to find an awesome beach. Yoli says, we've only been to Grand Turk and loved it, but looking forward to St. Thomas. Yes, you will love St. Thomas. D-Kid, Turk is just so easy. Yes, I agree, D-Kid. Turk is so easy. You never have to buy an excursion in Grand Turk. I mean, you can, of course, but Grand Turk, you get off the boat. I mean, even if you're hungover, you know, if you can stumble off the boat, get to the beach, get yourself a lounge chair and an umbrella and maybe a bucket of beer and some jerk chicken from Jack Shack down the street or down the beach, you're in great shape. So, yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with either one. There is no wrong answer to that question, St. Thomas or Grand Turk. It was just curious to see what everybody would pick if they only had one choice. All right, let's see. Tim says she always wins. So I guess, which one did she pick? Grand Turk, I think. Yeah, Frankie says, I do like Jack Shack, though. Cheryl, it's all good on a cruise. Absolutely. Ann says, love Lady Gaga, the goat in St. Thomas. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the next one. Here's another tough choice for you. I love both of these places, but I know which one I'd side with because I have friends there. So Cozumel or St. Martin? Cozumel or St. Martin? What is your flavor? Cozumel or St. Martin for you veteran cruisers out there? All right, Rick is the first to vote. He says Cozumel. Let's see what everybody else says. Cozumel or St. Martin? So far, we got 4 Cozumels, 5 Cozumels. Maybe not everybody's been to St. Martin. St. Martin's pretty, wow. All right, Cozumel, everybody loves. Okay, now here we go. Sandy's jumping in with St. Martin. Chris says St. Martin. Coin Hobo, St. Martin. All right, we got the St. Martins are fighting back here. I thought they were knocked out early, but they fought back. He always says only been to Cozumel. Cozumel's a great spot, though. Cheryl says Cozumel. Okay, you're going to have to hold off here, Zoe. Zoe is whining over here, trying to keep her. Will says, haven't been to St. Martin yet, but love Cozumel. That will change in March, though. Okay, so Will's going to St. Martin in March, and there is some beautiful water in St. Martin. Will, for sure. You will very, very pretty in St. Martin. Rick says, I've been to St. Martin and loved it, just like Cozumel more. Yeah, Rick, and the thing I have a friend in Cozumel that's a dive master. I used to teach with her. So I always have a lot of fun hanging out there. But she turned me on to this place called El Cielo that's in Cozumel. I don't know how many of you have been there, but if you go to Cozumel a lot and you haven't been there, El Cielo is like this natural sandbar just off the coast. I don't know whether it's southern or what, but it's just absolutely beautiful. It's like waist deep water, sandbar. There's stingrays swimming by. I call it the world's most beautiful tailgate because you'll see about 50 boats parked there side by side. And, like I say, there's stingrays swimming around. The boats are playing music. The the captains or whatever are busy making guacamole and ceviche, and everybody's, they got these little floating rafts that have the chips and guac and everything, and people are just dipping in, eating the ceviche and the guac and the chips and everything, along with tequila and beers, and just everybody's just out there having a party, drinking, having a great time. It's just absolutely beautiful. If you go to Cozumel a lot and you haven't had the El Cielo experience, you need to definitely check that out. And I promise you, you won't regret going. It's just wonderful. So definitely check that out on one of your future cruises to Cozumel. All right, let's see what we got here. We got some questions. Frankie says, bar hop tour in Cozumel. I mean, how can you go wrong with a bar hop in Cozumel, right? Ann says, my son had his first liquor drink in St. Martin. Very cool. Shane is here. Sorry you're late. No worries. We're glad you're here. Just watched your blogs. Haven't been there yet. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's definitely one you're going to want to check out, Will. All right. So we are running out. I got one more destination here for you. I probably should have put this one first. It's not as cool as the other two, but Grand Cayman or Roatan. I know we got some little French Key fans out there. So Grand Cayman, and we got some 7 Mile Beach fans out there also. So which one is going to win out? Or West Bay Beach in Roatan? So Grand Cayman or Roatan, what is your flavor there if you have to choose? Okay, wow. The first, what do we got? Four out of the first five says Grand Cayman. Ken had said Roatan. Will says Roatan. Sandy says, look at the Roatans fighting back. Frankie says Roatan. Sandy says Roatan. D Kid, Grand Cayman, Coin Hobo, I think Grand Cayman is winning this one unless we get some more Roatans fighting back here. Rick says not a fan of Roatan. I just buy rum there. Cheryl says Grand Cayman. Okay. So Grand Cayman wins that one. Let me see if I can think of another one real quick. Let's go with, I'm trying to think of one that I think might be split. Yes, Chris, that is Mahogany Bay Roatan, correct. I got one in mind, but I'm trying to think of one that will be, I think, a challenger to it that I haven't named yet. Let's go with, I want to pick one that, okay. All right. We'll go with this. Belize or San Juan? Belize or San Juan? That's the next would you rather. Belize or San Juan? Belize or San Juan? And I will have another drink. Oh, wow. Okay. A bunch of San Juans. Tim says Belize. I did not think San Juan would just win so easily. Oh, Cheryl said Belize. Frankie, Belize. Okay, so now it's evening up. Coin Hobo, San Juan. Fireball Steve, San Juan. Chris, I think I missed the first part of that question. You said ideas. Oh, okay. Chris, just remind me of which which port because I named off about six right now. So yeah, Chris, I will give you some ideas, whichever port you're talking about. But I don't. Sandy says Belize, but love San Juan. Haven't been to Belize yet. So Belize. Now, I will say this about Belize. For those of you that have been there that maybe you didn't like it at first, if you go take a water taxi, and they have some excursions that'll go here, but a water taxi to Cape Cocker. Cape Cocker is this other little island just the other side of Belize, and it is beautiful, beautiful waters, and just off the coast there of Cape Cocker is this place called Shark Ray Alley. The reason it's called Shark Ray Alley is because there's a number of nurse sharks in their natural habitat. Nurse sharks, they're about, they can be about 6, 7 feet long, probably weigh about 100 pounds maybe, but their faces kind of look like catfish. Their bodies kind of look like sharks because they are sharks, but they can't bite you, or at least they can't bite you, and do any like real damage. You can even feed them if you wanted to, but they don't advise that. The little ships or little boats that take you out there, you can jump right in the water with them and they'll swim. I've gone into a pack. I like literally like walked into the middle of about 20 of them, just swimming around banging into me because I thought it was cool, and I wasn't scared or anything. They don't mess with you. Like there's no fear of them biting you really. And then there's stingrays too. That's why it's called shark ray, the ray part for the sting. And the waters are just crystal clear. The coral out there is usually beautiful. Hopefully it hasn't been killed or anything by our, you know, what we do as far as polluting waters and things like that. But it is really just a really cool experience. And also Goff's Cay in Belize, really close to the ship, just a beautiful little island, tiny island. You can order like a lobster lunch, comes with a couple lobster tails. Last time I was there, it was like 10 or 15 bucks. And just a great time experience there. I got Zoe jumping in here. Real quick, I don't know. We have about 15 minutes left. I do have room for this now. If somebody wants me to do a double, a $15 super chat, and then I have my can of Coke Zero to mix it. I didn't get to that. I did get to a couple shots. And you have Zoe here that is anxious for another bully bite. So if anybody wants to see me do a double and in this show stuttering more than I probably have been. All right, let's see what we got. So Belize, but love San Juan. And San Juan, yeah, there's San Juan. The first time I went to San Juan, just walking through the downtown area, all the different colorful buildings, the cobblestone streets, that area where they have the pigeons, the old fort, everything. They have great food, of course. Stuffed avocado. That's one that Anita and I found. And actually, that was a recommendation by Lee Mason. Him and Geraldine, that would be a normal stop for them when they would go out and be in port together. That would be a spot they would hit a lot. So stuffed avocado, it's not expensive either. The beers are like $3. The food is fabulous. So when you go to San Juan, those of you check out stuffed avocado if you want a great lunch there. Rick says he loves walking the old San Juan streets. Yes, and that's just what I was talking about, Rick. So great minds, right? And Sandy says Belize but loves San Juan. Let's see here. We have our favorite restaurants at both places. Yes. And Justin has voted for San Juan. All right. I have a new little segment. It's not that new. Other channels do it too, but we got about 12 minutes left here. So this is a true or false. We'll see who guesses right. Never have I ever been to a tea time cruising carnival. Never have I ever. True or false? True, I've never been to one. Or false, I have been to one. So if you think I have been to a tea time, you're going to put false. If you think I haven't been to one, you're going to put true. All right. So Ann says false. Will says True. Shane says true. Tim says true. Cheryl says false. Coin hobo false. All right. Will says he's changing his to false. Sandy says false. Okay, so we got a lot more falses than trues. Never have I ever been to a tea time. That is false. I have been. I've been to 2 that I remember. And they have some great little hors d'oeuvres and snacks and little snack sandwiches and things like that. So I have been to a tea time. And yeah, I would recommend doing it, at least once, checking it out. It's not like the be all end all kind of thing, but it's kind of cool. Now, this is just for the XL class because I've cruised on the Celebration quite often lately and also the Mardi Gras. So here is the question on those ships, on those 2 ships. Have I played miniature golf? True if I have, false if I haven't. True if I have played miniature golf on any of those cruises, on the Celebration or the Mardi Gras. Have I played miniature golf at any time on any cruise? True or false? True, yes, I have. False, no, I haven't. I'll wait just a couple more seconds here. Okay, the answer to that is false. No, I have not played any miniature golf yet. I've filmed the miniature golf. I've seen people playing the miniature golf, but on the XL class ships, and that's why I separated it, I have not played any miniature golf yet. So sorry for you miniature golf fans out there, but I have not played any miniature golf yet. Okay, now this next one, another tough question here. This is just for the XL class because I'm so caught up by that platform where you jump over and you zip line to the other side with nothing underneath you. That's such a cool addition to the ropes course. Now, the question is, have I done that ropes course on the XL class on either the Mardi Gras or the Celebration? True if I have done the ropes course, false if I have not done the ropes course on the XL class ships. True or yes if I have done the ropes course, false if no, I have not done the ropes course. D Kid, I am not doing Alaska next year. I traded out my Alaska for the Venezia 16 days back to back. All right, Rick says true. Ken says true. Cheryl, true. Tim, false. Another disagreement in the Gussinger family. D Kid, you guys are disagreeing more than I've ever seen. Sandy says true. Shane says true. Coin says true. Well, this might be a surprise. And I intended to go on the ropes course on this most recent cruise. I even bought like this strap thing that goes to my chest and another thing that's supposed to go around my head where I could put my camera on and still do the ropes course. And I was like, I didn't get a chance. I mean, I could have done it, of course. I just didn't make time to do it. And I said to myself, okay, well, you know what? I'm coming back New Year's Eve. I'll just do it then. So I didn't do it. So no, I have not done the ropes course on either the Mardi Gras or the Carnival Celebration, which, as I see, that is a surprise to many of you. All right. Okay. Now we talked about shebang earlier. Now, true or false? I was on the Carnival Celebration Thanksgiving cruise 7 days. So that gave me 7 evenings. I could have gone to shebang. Did I go to shebang? True for yes. Or you can just put yes or no. Just put yes or no. Yes, I went to shebang on one of these 7 nights. I was on the Carnival Celebration. Or no, I did not go to shebang on one of the 7 nights. Or true counts as yes, false counts as no. All right. So we got this one's pretty split. We got several yeses, we got a few nos. Okay. I think we got all the votes in, most of them anyway. The correct answer is no. I don't know what it was. I didn't have much of an appetite on this cruise. I mean, there were a few nights where I didn't eat dinner at all, or I just ate like a quick bite. I had the steakhouse twice. I remember I ate at Guy's Pig and Anchor once. I think there was another couple times, like I just got like a grilled cheese from the deli or something like that. And then there might have been a couple nights where I didn't eat anything at all for dinner. Like, or, oh no, I take that back. I went to Emerald's one night. I did the deli a night and the Guy's Pig and Anchor, did the steakhouse twice. So I think at least 5 of the 7 nights I ate somewhere, but I did not eat at Chebang. I did not eat at, what was it? Cucina. All right. And actually, I just gave you one of my true or false ones. I was going to ask you if I ate at Pig and Anchor. I just released that video, so most of you should know that. Chebang, yeah, Chebang, I mean, I've been to Chebang about 3 different times. I didn't even know they're doing this, but I guess enough people like Chebang and Cucina and stuff that you can eat there once. I guess it's free. But then if you eat there twice, it's $8 or something a person. I think they're doing that now. So yeah, that's interesting. I didn't eat at either one. So I mean, I wonder if they'll give me some rollover points or whatever, and I can go to one of them twice and not be charged the $8 on this New Year's Eve cruise. But the one thing I do like about Cucina, and I think it's the same at Chebang, is on formal nights, when they're giving away the free lobster and the prime rib and things like that. I know at Cucina for sure you can get the free lobster. I'm not sure if Chebang offers that same, possibility, but Cucina, I know for sure you can do it because I have done it on the Mardi Gras and I think the celebration also. So that's an option. So yeah, that some people don't know. So for those of you going on the Mardi Gras or the celebration, you don't have to get the lobster at the MDR, and it's available at Cucina as well. All right, so we are winding down here. We're down to our last 3 minutes, and yes, Seg, thank you. And Seg, you're always so good about doing this, and I always forget to ask. But if you haven't already hit that like button, if you could go down and hit that thing right now, that would be so awesome. Would appreciate that. That would help populate this video for everybody else. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to have to replace this because I'm feeling it. I think I did 2 or 3, whatever I did. That 99 proof definitely is a big jump up from, I got to get down to 80 because I'm not going to get through this show, especially if I had too many more. So we're going to be a little bit more careful with that. All right. So thank you all for hitting that like button, and thank you all for joining. If there are any other questions, throw them in the comments right now. And while you do that, I'm going to take another sip of the drink here. By the way, I figured out why I'm a little more, whatever. I made a motivational tactic, whatever. I've never done this, but we had a tough loss in basketball Friday night. And Monday, we played a very tough opponent, which I knew was going to be very hard for us to beat. But I wanted to give the team a little extra motivation. So I ate nothing Monday leading all the way up to the game. And I told the team before the game, I said, look, I've not eaten all day. I'm not going to eat until we win a game. Now, we played a game yesterday. We play a game tomorrow, and we play a game Friday. Tomorrow is also a very tough game. We lost yesterday, and tomorrow is a very tough game. I have not eaten a scrap of food since Sunday night. So I completely fasted all day Monday. I have fasted all day today, except for what I've drank here, coffee, and then I'll do like fruit juice and I'll do like bone broth or whatever, but not eaten a solid food since Sunday night. So that's why it's hitting me a little bit more. And look at that. We got some new people in here. Fox in Socks is here. Thank you for that. And we got Sean. Oh, okay. Sean says, loved your Carnival Kids Camp show. I appreciate that. Is there tea time on 3-night cruises? I do not know that, Shane. I do not know that. My guess is yes, but it's not a strong guess of yes. And yeah, Seg, I will be careful. And Will G, yes, good night all. We have now hit the 1 hour mark. So we're going to call it a night, but thank you all for joining once again. And oh, by the way, if there's anybody new here, if you could hit that subscribe button, we have that goal. You see the banner going across there. We are getting so close to 6,000 subscribers. It's going to be so close whether we make it or not. We are like 220 away right now. We've been averaging lately a little over 10 a day. Obviously, if we keep that momentum up, we're going to make it. But if we slip a little bit, we're not going to make it. I still have some content from the Carnival celebration that I'm going to be getting put out. But if anybody, again, is new to the channel, if you would be so kind of hit that subscribe button, it would be absolutely awesome. But everybody have an absolute great week. There's still like 30 plus people on here. So thanks so much for staying on. And we will see you all next Tuesday. Take care, everybody. Appreciate you.